Okay, welcome to another video. This is yours truly. And before I start, I was going to do this video outside and show myself, but due to the fact that it's raining, um, so I decided to do this video in the car. But don't worry, folks. I mean, you'll see me in a future video. I mean, so yeah. Okay. Where do I begin? Okay. Something very fucked up happened to me the other day. Um yeah, uh I went to this gas station and it's called Murphy USA. Um it was next door to this Walmart. Actually it was part of this Walmart. And I went there to get some gas, and when I when I parked my car near one of the gas pumps in the stall. I got out of my car after I parked it next to the gas pumps in the stall, in the stall. Got out of my car and got in line, got into the queue. I was behind this I got behind this black woman who was going back and forth with this with this with this gas station attendant. Um, she was in a booth, and you go and like you pay for your gasoline there, and to the person in that booth. Okay, this black woman was going back and forth with this woman, and this black woman said, "Well, I'm 58 years old, and why I gotta show my ID, and why I gotta remove my mask? Why I gotta remove my mask and show my ID to buy a pack of cigarettes?" And this woman, this gas station attendant inside the booth said this. Well, this is the rules. I mean, this is part of the guidelines here. I mean, in order for me to sell you cigarettes, you got to wear your mask, and you got to show your ID if you want to buy cigarettes. And the black woman said, "Well, why I got to do that? Why I got to do that? Like, I'm not going to remove my mask because I'll get sick." Yeah, because I'll get sick if I remove my mask, and I don't need to show my ID because I'm 58 years old. And the gas station attendant said the same thing over and over, and said the same thing again and again and again. And the black woman said the same thing again and again and again. And the black woman got mad and just walked away. And I went and paid for my gas. And when I got up there, the gas station attendant said this. "Yes, sir." I said, I want $40 on pump number 12, and she said, "Do you have a phone number with us?" I didn't want to say anything because they asked this thing called, "Do you have a phone number with us?" I didn't want to ask because if I didn't ask, she would just get my money, and she kept saying this over and over and over again. I just ignored her. "Do you have a phone number with us? Do you have a phone number with us? Do you have a phone number with us? Do you have a phone number with us?" And I said no. So I gave her my money, and I turned and saw the black woman. I'm standing next to this woman, and the black woman said this to me. "What are you looking at?" And she said this to the woman that she was standing next to. She said, "Well, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. He looking at me with his black ass." So okay, I didn't say anything to the black woman, so I just paid for my gas and went to pump gas in my car. When I got done, I went and asked that gas station attendant, I mean, why are you refusing to sell cigarettes to this woman? She's 58 years old. I mean, that wasn't a good answer, really. I should have talked more openly and talked more better on that and asked a better question on that. And she said, if you look at the guidelines, she pointed to this piece of paper that was like taped to this window of this booth that she was in. She said this, I mean, or for me to serve you, you got to wear a mask so I can sell you cigarettes, and you got to remove your mask and show your ID if you want me to sell you cigarettes. And I said, man, that's a dumb law. And she said, okay. So yeah, I didn't mention this. I mean, when the gas station attendant, which was a white woman, was talking to the black woman, um, the black woman was very bitter and she was angry. She had an attitude, and she was doing some gaslighting to that white woman. And she said this, "Don't raise your voice at me." And the black woman said this, "Don't raise your voice at me." And the gas station attendant said this, "I'm not raising my voice at you." Because I was standing there, and the woman in the gas station attendant didn't raise her voice at the black woman at all. I mean, the black woman just saying that and just doing a lot of gaslighting, and she was just pissed off, bitter, and angry. And I dealt with black people like her in the past. I worked with this old black man. He was bitter, he was angry. I mean, I worked with him at this TJ Maxx, and we were both janitors. And he worked one day and I worked the other day. I worked some days and he worked other days. And this old black man was so bitter and mad all the time. When I first met him, I thought he was all right. Then he got all mad and bitter about like stupid stuff, like he took a pack of jelly and put it in a paper bag and left it in the maintenance closet. I'm a janitor and I see trash there. I just get in and throw it away. He goes and tells me this, "Don't throw away my jelly in this paper bag. That's mine." Well, I said this, "Well, I didn't know it was trash." And he said this, "Don't throw it away." And like, okay, I left a mess in the maintenance closet because I didn't want to stay over the time that I work, and so I left a mess and I didn't clean it up because if I stay and clean it up, I might get in trouble if I stay over the time that I work. Okay, the next day, I was doing another job. Okay, I was in the stock room stocking, and he comes in and asks my boss, "Can I talk to him?" And she said, "Yeah, yeah, sure." And he said, "Come on, Richard." So I went and followed him into the maintenance closet, and he went and pointed to the trash can, and he said this, like he owned the place. And he said this, "You can't leave trash in here. You can't leave slop in here. You can't do this," and all this. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, he was all bitter and angry. Then he went at it at one of the other employees, the associates. He got into it with this Mexican woman from California. I mean, she was like pregnant, and he just went back and forth with she just went in the maintenance closet to get something to clean up the mess around the area that she worked in the process room. Yeah, I worked in the process room with all the other associates. I also doubled as a janitor. Okay, he gets into it with her and just complain about her going in and getting something out of the maintenance closet. And she said, "It doesn't matter. Like we all work here. We need we need to get stuff out of the maintenance closet. And he said this, you need to check your tone. Yeah, so yeah, that black woman at that gas station was very similar to that old black man. You know. Yeah, black people in America, like people like them, they suck ass. They're shit. And they are. You know. I'm just gonna say this. I mean, 2020 has gotta be one of the worst years I ever experienced. I mean, what happened in this year? A disease, a deadly virus, started in Wuhan, China, and spread to every country in the world, um, killing people. Causing like shutdowns and lockdowns. Um, what else? Got a got a big fat orange, got a big fat orange frail fat motherfucker in the White House who in Washington D.C. who thinks that he won the election, and he refuses that he lost, and said that his voter fraud and there was some cheating, and all this, and the presidential election was honest and straight down the middle. Well, I was blocked by people who I went to school with on Facebook. I mean, I was blocked by a Mexican guy. Then I was blocked by a white woman who blocked me because I left her a message. I guess because she saw my YouTube video and she blocked me, and I guess because I blocked her because she wouldn't speak to me, and she kept posting bullshit on her Facebook page. I mean, I sent her some messages one or two times, and she just blocked me and just did something to get rid of my message. Then I went and talked to her daughter. Her daughter did the exact same thing. So I was blocked by her and her daughter. Oh yeah, and also when I told my yeah. Oh yeah, and also when I told my sister what happened to me at the gas station. When I saw that black woman who was complaining about, like, she had to remove her mask and show her ID to buy some cigarettes, and she said she didn't need to do all that. She didn't want to get sick, and plus she was 58 years old or 53 years old. How old she was. I mean, yeah, when I told my sister about this, my sister said this, and this was totally fucked up. And she said this, uh, Richard, you can't control everybody. People get like that. You can't control everybody. Everybody is like that. And I said, well, I'm not trying to control anybody, and I don't give a damn about trying to control people. I'm just telling you what happened. And she kept saying, yeah, but you can't control people. People are different. And all this shit. Like, that's so fucked up. Really, like, I mean, if you tell someone what happened to you and what you went through, they'll say some fucked up stuff like, oh, check your tone, and you can't control people, and people are different, and all this shit. Yeah, I mean, living here in the United States is the most fucked up thing. It's the most fucked up country on the face of the planet. I mean, gaslighting, toxicness, dysfunctionality, weirdness, cliquishness, craziness, antisocialness, being fearful of strangers, paranoid, narcissistic. I mean, you can't talk to anybody unless it's business related. No social or human connection with others. Um, a shitty quality of life. A low life expectancy. A shitty education system. A country that's filled to the brim with the most uneducated people on the face of the planet. I mean, you name it. America is just shit. And it is. Yeah. I mean, if any American who listens to this video or watch this video, they'll probably make fun of me, or some fucked up fat ass black woman who listens to it will say this. Then when I talk, just hear me talk, she'll say this. What the fuck? And yeah, you know, not a lot of mass shootings haven't happened in a while due to the pandemic. Yeah, but you know, if the pandemic is over, America is going to be dysfunctional society is going to be back in the game, hard at work, working overdrive to create future mass shooters. Because let's face it, I mean, Americans in general don't understand each other anymore. Yeah. It's about whipping out their wangs and just jacking off to the next generation and talking about, oh, the next generation, they're going to take over, and having their wangs out and just beating off, just having a hard on, and don't give a fuck about like people who are just pushed to the side all their life and just going downhill and losing it and going crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had a cousin who just lost his mind because of the fact that his mind is messed up because he did so much drugs, like not just smoking marijuana, he's like sniffing markers or wherever he's getting to for just to get high. His mind is broken and messed up. Um he's living with I mean, I heard he was living with my grandmother. Now he's living with my cousin, his mom, and his stepdad. Yeah, he lost it and threw some at my stepdad, at his stepdad, and he went outside and started stomping in a mud puddle in the rain, and then he went and hit a rusty old blue pickup truck that his stepdad owns, and he ended up like hurting his hand. Then he walked all the way to this hospital and wanted help, asked for help. Then he started destroying stuff at the hospital, and then he was like held down by hospital staff and police officers. And one of the hospital staff had a needle with some drugs in it. The stick and the stick in his head and shoot the drugs or syringe into his head to calm him down. And my cousin, his dad went to the hospital to see him, and went to the hospital room and found him laying in the hospital bed, just out with his eyes open and smiling. And I think then after that he was sent to some mental hospital somewhere. So yeah, he's in this mental hospital. But yeah, you know, I just can't imagine if that was me, you know. And my sister talked very highly of him and said, "Oh, he's a smart guy. He's so smart. He's very intelligent." And if that was me, my sister wouldn't be saying the same thing about me about him, because due to the fact that I have a learning disability, she probably gonna say this. He's weird. He's in this room all the time. He has problems, and um he talks to himself and all this stuff, and you can't teach him anything because he'll forget things. And he won't learn anything. You just gotta do stuff for him and all this stuff. Yeah. So yeah, 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 yeah. America as a whole is a fucked up country. Yeah, I mean, this country doesn't give a shit about disabled people. Period. I know times are hard in this country, and like people are losing their jobs along with their health care, because their health care is tied to their job, because America doesn't have a universal health care system, and the health care system is for profit. It's a dysfunctional bureaucratic healthcare system where people just rack up medical bills and just pay for rides in an ambulance, and using stuff at the hospital, and surgery and whatnot. I mean, a woman has to like pay to hold her own baby after she gives birth to it. Yeah, I mean, people are like lining up at food banks in their cars and on foot, um, getting old food, expired food, um, no UBI. I mean, Wall Street and huge multinational corporations are bailed out, and millionaires and billionaires are getting richer and richer and richer off of huge, massive tax cuts for wealthy people and huge multinational corporations. I mean, um, what else? I think this happened this year. I mean, George Floyd was killed. Breonna Taylor was killed by crazy cops. Um, yeah, I made some videos about white people and I was called a racist. Um, yeah, well, and like times are hard, times are bad. I mean, people in America are just so zombified, brain dead, drooling pinheads. I mean, they're just like a bunch of robots. They're like a bunch of machines. Like you look into the eyes of an American, they have no soul. I mean, they're just cold and dead inside. And they are. Like, and I just can't understand about like I'm gonna say this about like white women. I can't understand. It's like, I mean, I don't find a woman um cutting her hair short and dyeing it different colors and wearing eyeliner and wearing like tattoos and shit, looking like fucking trash. Like, and I saw this girl on Facebook who's a woman who blocked me um twice. Um she had blonde hair that was like they had like pointy sharp ends to it. It was dyed blonde, and she was wearing like black eyeliner, and she looked like she was a crackhead. No lie. She looked like she was on crack. She looked like she looked like a homeless person. Yeah, it's kind of funny that like like women in their 30s, like who passed the age of 35, like they try to be young, they try to be the way they were like a long time ago, and it's just laughable, really. Yeah, it's just laughable, really. Yeah, America is just a fucked up country, you know. Very, very fucked up, indeed. Uh, hope yeah, and my friend Captain Brandon Horror Lover, Captain Brandon Horror Lover, and who else? Another friend of mine, from Mississauga, Ontario, in Canada. They probably feel the same way. I mean, my friend from Mississauga, Ontario, in Canada, got a whip of how how Americans are. He was talking to this woman. He thought this woman was talkable, and he found out she just want to talk to him for business related purposes. And he said this. He said this to me. New Manchester, you are right. They just want to. These American women just want to talk to you for business related purposes. I thought she wanted to talk to me just to get to know me and connect with me, but no, it was all business. Yeah, and he see it firsthand. But he didn't get a whip of like how fucked up like black people here in the States are, and and Americans of all races are. Yeah, you know if I get on the plane and head overseas to Europe or any other country, Australia, New Zealand, I mean, all this crap. I mean, all this negativity, all this misery and aloneness and sadness will just disappear. I mean, this black cloud that I have over me will be gone. And I'll start to feel good about myself, and I can be myself again. I can feel good about myself. I can do funny things and say funny things again. But, can't do this in this lockdown, ice cold prison that is the United States of America, or as I call it, the United Dysfunctional piece of shit, or the United shit of America, or the United Independent Dysfunctional Toxic States of America. Yeah. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks here. So yeah. Yeah, and the police here are garbage anyway. They're just a bunch of white knight mangina trigger happy ticket book writing. I mean, robots. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, you know, and a lot of them, like some of them, were bullies, bullies, kids who were picked on in high school. Yeah, because that's the majority of some. That's just the majority of them. So yeah, yeah, and during the Christmas holiday, the Texas Highway Patrol here in Texas, they're in full force, you know, pulling people over, A lot of them are a bunch of weirdos and assholes and lunatics. I ain't saying they're all bad, but the Texas Highway Patrol branch of the Texas Department of Public Safety are just corrupt. And they are. They're corrupt as fuck. Okay, and plus, they think they know everything, but the majority of them, like all of them, they don't know shit anyway. A lot of them are uneducated as fuck. And they're just so quick to interrupt you when you ask them a question real quick. What is it right there? It's a birthmark! Yeah. So, that's all I gotta say in this video. Bye. Oh yeah, one more thing before I end this video. I mean, that black woman at that gas station, that Murphy USA gas station next to this Walmart, she called me black ass. What are you looking at me with your black ass? You're a black ass too. You're black too. You're a black ass too. So, yeah, I mean, you're old, wrinkled up, you old, wrinkled up, flabby, sagging, wrinkled up old ass. Looking like the fucking crypt keeper with red curly streaks in your hair. Yeah, fake hair extensions, and I remember Dog G, a YouTuber here on YouTube who I used to sub to, said that black women in America have fucked up hair, and I agree with you. That old black woman who's 58 or 53 or how old she is, like this woman's old enough to be my mom. Like she got some fucked up hair too, and she gonna have the nerve to say that she have the nerve to call me black ass because I was looking at her. Ah, fuck off, you wrinkled up crypt keeper, old hag. Ah, fuck you. Anyway, thank you for watching.